What's up, everybody? Hope y'all doing all right today. I'm okay, but I'm kind of upset. Um, kind of frustrated. You know, Kathy Griffin, the comedian, called out Kevin Hart for not bashing Trump, for not attacking Trump. For quite a while now, he has not included Trump in his comedy. And some folks started to notice that, right? So, Kathy Griffin came along and basically attacked him, saying that him not attacking Trump in his comedy is a, quote, PUSSY move. Okay. She also mentioned that it's that because he's a black man. Okay. I have a real issue with this. I have such a huge issue with this. You know, us black people, our ancestors were literally slaves, right? It's a very dirty part of our American history. And thankfully, it is no longer the case. But there is still a figurative slavery happening now. Very much so happening now. If you were a black man, according to many other people, particularly white liberals, if you're not bashing Trump as a black man, you are not doing what you should be doing. That is, the color of your skin should dictate how you act to them. I'm really frustrated at this idea. Like, the idea that the color of your skin dictates what you should do is racist. That means that you believe that I am not capable of thinking for myself, thinking critically, that I need to be told what to think. It's not outright called slavery, but there's no question whatsoever about this being a figurative form of slavery. You're a black man. You're not bashing Trump? Ugh, how can you not bash Trump? What you need to do is bash Trump. Do you hear that? Black man, you need to bash Trump because that's what you're supposed to do because you're black. Now get out there and bash Trump. Does that sound like a cracking of a whip figuratively to some of you? Does that sound like people who are white, liberal, and say that you need to be doing something based on the color of your skin? Saying that you do not have a degree of autonomy where you can make your own decisions, think for yourself, and do what you want to do? Does that sound something like a master over you because of the color of your skin? Look here, black man. Look here, Negro. You haven't bashed Trump, so this is what I need you to do. I need you to bash Trump. Go and bash Trump. If you don't, you're weak. You're being this, you're being that. Does that sound like a social cracking of the whip to some of you? Because it definitely does me. It absolutely does to me. I may not be in chains. I may not be the property of another person. But it's rhetoric like this that says you are the property of another person. I can guarantee that they are not knowledgeable about one another on a very intimate, personal basis. Kathy Griffin just wants him to do what she tells him to because he's black. Do you hear that, Negro? Do what I tell you to do. You're black, so therefore you need to do what I tell you to do. And if you don't, I'm going to socially ridicule you. I'm going to outcast you in a social way. I can't crack the whip anymore. I can't do that. But what I can do is socially manipulate you into doing what I want you to do. Does that sound like the crack of a whip to y'all? Because it really does to me. It really, really does to me. Dude, I'm so angry at this. I'm so angry at this. There is a reason people use the analogy of getting off the Democrat plantation. There's a reason for that. And this is why, plain and simple. Plain and simple. You claim to be about social justice. You claim to be about equality. You claim to be a person who respects someone else's opinions. And yet you think that black people should bash Trump. What about their own autonomy? What about their own ability to make choices for themselves? If I recall correctly, there was a time when people of my skin tone weren't able to make a choice for themselves. That's over now. Physically. But is it mentally? Is it really mentally over? It's not. For some people, it's not. And so now, Kevin Hart is out bashing Trump at the MTV show. Does that sound like a beat slave to y'all? Does that sound like someone who's been openly ridiculed enough and beat socially, attacked enough to do what he is told to do because of the color of his skin? That sounds a lot like a form of slavery to me. There's still a plantation out there. It's very real. It's not met with force. Not like it used to be, no. But now, it's fought on a different battlefield. A battlefield of social ridicule. And so here we are. Standing up on stage, bashing Trump. Just like a well-trained SEAL. I hate it. I hate it. I really hate this, man. Like this burns me up big time. You cannot say that getting off the Democrat plantation is not an analogy for slavery, because it totally is. It totally is. This is real, man. This is so real. Black person, with that being said, are you a slave? Are you? Are you shoved into groupthink? Are you shoved into this ideology that the color of your skin should dictate the way you think? Are you in a situation where if your idea goes against the grain, goes against the flow, that you are afraid of being socially ridiculed by your own friends, by people that you spend time with, people that you know more than anyone? That makes you a slave. Recognize that. You're not being beat. You're not being held in chains. You're not being locked up somewhere. But you're still a slave. If you're easily manipulated into thinking what they want you to think merely because of the color of your skin, you're not an individual. You're a slave. That's it. If you don't see the analogy for slavery now, then you have been bought. That's just all there is to it. You have been manipulated. You have been squeezed. You have been groomed. You have been shoved into a space based on the color of your skin rather than the content of your character, where critical thinking is not important. What matters is really the skin tone that you have, who you're told to vote for, who you're told to hate. Slaves were told to do things too. They were forced to. Are you afraid? Are you afraid of losing friends? Are you afraid of being socially ridiculed for your choices? If so, you're in groupthink. You're shoved into a group not based on what you think, but who you are. That's not individualism. That's not freedom. That's not liberty by any means. It is oppression. This plantation exists. It's very real. And I hope you can see that. I hope you can see that. Otherwise, you'll be dancing on the stage for them as well. If you guys liked the video, you know what to do. If you disliked it, you know what to do. Hit the bell icon. That way you'll get notified as soon as a new video drops. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Consider subscribing if you like this video as well. Man, freedom and liberty. Those are some things that very few people understand these days. You're not truly free if you're forced to think a certain way. You're not. You're not. See you guys on the next one.